This is David Coster live at the NBA Regional Show in Atlantic City, New Jersey. I'm joined right now by Joe Amoroso. Joe is Managing Director with Indeed Abstract. Welcome, Joe.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate you stopping by to talk with us. Tell us a little bit about Indeed Abstract, what your value proposition is for the mortgage industry.
Well, I think a little bit to explain to you what Indeed Abstract's all about is to really let me tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a mortgage industry veteran, close to 30 years in the mortgage side of things. And so this is a little bit of a change, and I recognize that if I could be a title company, a national title company like Indeed Abstract is, and have a background in the mortgage business, so have a title company's perspective from a mortgage company. I think that was kind of one of my little niches that I recognized early on that I thought made a lot of sense, and it's only been a short period of time we got up and running. And it's proven to be true. People want to talk to me because I'm a mortgage guy.
Well, that's great. It seems to me that no matter what the service that is related to the mortgage industry, that the big topic is integration.
Absolutely.
And obviously someone who knows the process from beginning to end is going to have an advantage in that conversation. It sounds like that's what you're finding even early in your existence.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about how your company differs, what its value proposition is as it relates to other title firms that are out there.
Okay. Well, as I mentioned earlier, we're a national title company, so I can close a loan or issue a title policy right across the country pretty much. There's a few exceptions of states that have certain regulations regarding brick and mortar and things like that changes the landscape a little bit. But overall, we can service a client whether they're local or whether they're across the country as a national lender. And that's kind of what my focus has been. I want to do business with the local lender, broker, banker, credit union, whoever that may be. And in addition to that, be able to handle some of these larger platforms that do inside sales that have licenses across the country, that I could be able to take care of them as well. And do it on a big scale and yet offer that small one-on-one type of experience that they'd like to get from a local title guy.
What are some of the issues in the title side of the business right now? Everybody's dealing with compliance as it relates to the various parts of the business. What compliance or otherwise is going on in the title industry right now that's significant?
The biggest thing right now that is top of mind is because of the CFPB rules and regulations, and the amount of the regulatory environment is pretty daunting right now. It's pretty difficult to run a business. And the reason why title companies have to be aware of this, and why lenders have to be aware of this, is there's now an obligation on the lender's part for their third-party vendors. So right now, for a lender, whether they're a small shop or they're a large national shop, they've got to be aware of who they're doing business with. So companies like Indeed Abstract, what we've done is we put together, along with the help of Alta, who's put together the best practices policy, we are best practice compliant. So with confidence, I could walk into a broker shop, regardless of size, and be able to say, I'm best practice compliant, and if you do business with a company like mine, it's one less thing for you to worry about in your crazy mortgage life that you deal with every day. Yeah.
Well, and having the experience you do in the mortgage industry, obviously that's something you know. You knew how to set up a title company in the right way, that it had to come out of the blocks with that designation of being compliant, and so I'm sure that's working very well for you. What are your goals as you go forward in 2014? The market's changing. Obviously, the lenders out there are going through a sort of a resizing, perhaps, is what's going on. Yes.
Yeah.
But how do you see starting a business, growing a business in 2014?
Well, it's always challenging anytime you start a new business. I have, I don't want to call it a luxury, but I have a little advantage of knowing a lot of people in the business. So there are people out there that want to talk to me, at least, for what that's worth. But the part of it that really makes this interesting going forward is, and I recognized it very early on when we first got started, was that you can't just hang your hat as a title company and inspect. You're going to do refis and purchases, and your life's going to be wonderful. Right now, there's the real estate, the refi market is very soft, very soft. So we're kind of emphasizing heavily on purchase money business. But the other part of the business, which is great for us, which I'll admit I didn't really recognize was going to happen, is there's a lot of work in just doing property reports that we have. We have a product that's called for property reports that we do for people that do 203K business, so before they release their draws. That's a big chunk of business that I've recently picked up. And also doing business with servicing companies, modification, REO properties. I mean, I was a little bit naive to how much of that's really out there, and it's really been really good to me. So my goal in 2014 and beyond is to be able to do purchases, refis, loans that are made for construction loans, that we could do those funky little products, for the title work on those. And we could also do reverse mortgage products. We do those. But beyond the mortgage products, there's that whole other piece of it, which is kind of neat, which is the property reports and REO work and modification work.
Well, it sounds like
foreclosure work as well.
Sounds like you're off to a good start. It sounds like you're going to be a comprehensive provider within the space. And wish you best of luck in the rest of this year and as you move forward.
Appreciate
Thanks
it very
for stopping
much.
by.
Thanks, David.
This is Mortgage News Network.